Okay, so live stream is live now. As you can probably see in a moment or two, I'll show you in a second. We're still downloading the torrents. It's a little bigger than I thought it was, and it's just the way it is. So we're gonna just catch up a little bit at the moment. As you can see there, it's just running at the moment. So while that's happening, I just thought I'd catch up with you all, give you a little catch up on what's going on, and we can see how things are. And when things get up and running, we can get things, get this party started proper. First of all, the DCS Viggen went live today. Unless you've been living under a rock, I suspect you know this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. A high-speed ground attack fighter is something. Fighter bomber is something I'm really looking forward to seeing in action, and yeah, I mean, it's more my style of combat, more my style of play as Nap the Earth approaches. That little computer, that CK-97, looks really freaking awesome for the late 60s. I love old computers and technology, so hey, what can I say? I do have a Discord channel for those of you who don't pay attention and live under a rock. The description is below in the video channel, and I'm currently talking in that right now. So if anyone's got anything they want to ask me or anything I'm not sure, quite happy to chat with you all on that. And I'll just be aware, you'll probably hear me a little bit quicker than the chat, so there may be a bit kind of back and forth there. You may hear me twice and stuff like that. Just I can't fix that. You can mute one or you can mute the other. Let's see, anything else going on? Oh, a few of you guys have asked me about the model kits and stuff that I do. I'll may as well fill in the time and show you some of that. So one of the kits that I just started working on just a little while ago is the F105, and small progress update for you there today. I've been doing some paint work, not a huge amount, mostly getting the cockpit up and running. So we got that little pilot in there. It's looking pretty good actually. I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. Paint's just drying now, so it's going to be a while before that's ready. The rest of the fuselage is done. That's a 1/48 scale 105. It's probably one of the biggest model kits I've done. So that's going to rock. Just checking the chat logs, see how people are getting on. Apparently the video's having a bit of trouble keeping up. Yeah, there's going to be some buffering. I'm downloading a BitTorrent right now, come on. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Up speed's like 40k and down speed is half a meg. So there's going to be some buffering. It will get better once I've stopped downloading. In the meantime, just enjoy it as best you can. I figured it was better to be on time and just catch up a little bit, shoot the breeze with you guys for a while, than it was to just say, hey, by the way, I said 8 o'clock, now I mean 9 o'clock. So yeah, there's that. I did get an F4S Phantom model kit, which I'm really looking forward to building. You guys all know I love the F4 Phantom, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to get that done right. I'm going to take my time. That's a 1/72 scale, and I plan on making that my showpiece presentation piece. That's like my awesomest model ever, so that is going to have to take its time. I'm hoping that I develop an eye for detail and a little bit of patience making the big scale guy, this one here, and then with that technique and that practice, I can scale that down to something a little bit more fiddly, the 1/72 scale, and just get it looking awesome. So I'm hoping you guys are having a great evening so far. You've got plenty of time. You haven't missed anything. Get yourself comfy. You're going to be here a little while I figure out what's going on, and yeah, just really enjoy it, man. While the downtime is available, if you guys want to ask questions about the Viggen or any of the other DCS modules that you've seen me play, or BMS, I'd be quite happy to do little bits of troubleshooting there. If you want to pop into the channel and ask me questions like that you don't mind having out there on the live stream, once again, totally fine. I'd be happy to help. For now, let's just see how we're getting on. Yeah, we're getting there. So it's Christmas, but we're getting there. So let's see what happens. Hey Phoenix, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, just so you know, I know that live stream's a little bit choppy. I can't really see what's going on. You guys, how are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, just waiting.
Yeah, you've been waiting a while. Are you seeing the download speed?
Yes, I know that the download speed on DCS is horrible.
Yeah, I think you would think that on the day of a launch like this, that everyone would be torrenting, but I guess nobody's feeling generous in hosting. Everyone's too busy playing.
Yeah, I guess.
Um, I mean, keeping an eye on a lot of the reviews. I was watching I've watched every single one of Bunyap Sims' videos, see how much of it I've absorbed. But yeah, it's looking great so far. I haven't seen
Yeah,
Ralphie Dude's review just yet because it went up just as I was getting set
yeah,
up.
I just finished it.
Yeah,
Uh, it's
how's
quite
it look?
nice.
Yeah, I figured he would enjoy it. He likes his A10s and stuff like that, and he's ground pounding. So I half expected him to really love the Viggen.
Yeah, but it says it's mostly useful for anti-shipping mostly.
That was designed for that.
So, yeah,
Like that was the Viggen's job. Like what they were shit scared at the time it came out of Soviets rolling armor on a beachhead assault, basically a maritime assault. So they figured, well, if we sink all the tanks before they get off the boat, then we don't have a problem.
yep,
So that was the idea. And then when that plan horribly fails, then they'll employ cluster munitions, bombs, and rockets.
yeah. Hopefully they'll fix the cluster munition soon because they're a little underwhelming.
Well, to be honest, the thing to bear in mind is that the cluster munitions didn't actually come until towards the end of the life of the Viggen. The
Yeah, but
Dre.
as the Ralph dude said, he's still using the basic damage mode for it, so they don't work properly like they're supposed to.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That just means I'll have to get in close with bombs and rockets, I guess. Oh, and the cannon.
Yeah, cannon pods.
That'll be a fun. I mean, it's quite interesting because it's about the same age as like the F4 Phantom and that sort of stuff, and it's amazing how how so many other nations came up with the same concept. We won't need a gun. We'll just fill it full of missiles. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
the Viggen was coming at it from the point of view of a ground attack role, so I can see why cannon then. But even the the interceptor variant of this, I don't believe it has a cannon. So,
I'm sure. I think it has a center
oh, so
cannon.
it's got the gun pod. They normally
Yeah,
carry the gun
yeah,
pod as standard. Yeah, and that was the kind of the load for the Phantom. When in mid cap, then you'd have carry heaters, aim sevens, and the gun pod, depending on your fuel loadout.
yeah,
So we'll just have to see how that looks, because if I feel like the Viggen can turn and keep up with things, I may decide if I want to employ it as a really cheap interceptor, then I could theoretically do that. I could throw some Fox 2s and a gun pod on the wing and make sure it brings jammers and flares, because I did see it perform rather well on a grudge match that they put where they showcased the Viggens. Like the
yeah.
F5s and MiG-21s, but they didn't bring the chaff and flare program module, which I think they were getting a bit of an own goal on.
Yeah, yeah. But the main problem is that the compressor stalls quite easily.
Well, yeah, but it's meant to be, and I hear that that's happening obviously more at altitude, which is fine because it was an NOE fighter or an NOE flyer. So if they are thicker, then that shouldn't be as much of a problem. But I guess we'll find out. I guess I'm just gonna have to make sure I don't try to compressor stall it.
Yeah, but you need to keep up the airspeed. That's the problem because the
Alright.
intakes are a little small for the aircraft or for the engine.
Ah, okay, fair enough. We'll see how it goes.
So you have to take the advantage in the beginning of the dogfight.
Yeah, you have to have it. It has to be a quick fight.
Yeah,
That sounds.
once it starts out, it's get worse and worse for the aircraft. So
That suits me fine. I don't tend to perform very well when dogfights get protracted anyway. My workload and my mental fatigue sets in, and that's it. I start making stupid mistakes. It's like my style of
hmm.
fighting anyway.
Well, then you need to play more World War II aircraft. Bring
Uh,
up your stamina a little.
See, the thing for me is that I think the World War II aircraft has just been done to death. There's so many sims that I've done over the years that I've experienced that do World War II. So
Yeah, but they don't do it properly. I feel like.
yeah, I suppose. Um, I mean, I do have IL2 Cliffs of Dover, and I actually somewhat enjoy that. Although I don't have
Yeah,
rudder,
do you
although I
try
don't have rudder
CQC
pedals.
mod?
Sorry.
to try the Team
Oh
Fusion one?
yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't. Um, and I've played on servers a lot. And one thing I've noticed is particular with World War II and prop planes, as the flight included like World War One, having a decent rudder is a rudder set of rudder pedals is invaluable. And I don't. I have a twist
Yeah.
axis stick on my X52. It's not
Oh
sensitive.
no.
If I end up getting rudder pedals, which I probably will at some point in time in the next year or so, then I think I'll probably enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, you really need the rotor pedals for World War II aircraft.
Yeah.
That's my main problem after switching to modern aircraft. I want to use the rotor pedals, but it doesn't block
No,
the same way.
no. At the speed you're moving at, you don't really get
Yeah,
effect out of the rudder.
yeah,
The rudder is really only useful on extreme situations for landing. For things, I mean, for example, when I fly the F-16 in combat on UAF, I almost never use the rudder. I very rarely use the rudder. If I'm using the rudder, it's because I'm really low at the bottom end of my flight envelope, like bottom end of the edge of the envelope. I've got almost little to no energy, and that's the point where I'm using the rudder to enhance my turns and things like that. And at that point in time, I'm getting desperate. I'm running out of energy at that point. So that's not ideal. So yeah, we're getting there. Let's see where we're at. Nearly 1900 megs out of a 2300 meg download. So we're getting there.
yeah.
Once this is done, I'll be able to run the open beta, start the module manager, and I'm sure I'll be asked if I'd like to download the Viggen module.
And it's gonna take just as long.
Well, what was really frustrating for me is I went on DCS's website, right? And I was like, right, okay, I'll just go down and get the torrent like I normally do on like so the A10 or the MiG-21 or any of these other places, right? No, you have to get it through the module manager now. I'm like, oh, fuck off. Because apparently downloading two torrents at once is just too taxing for a modern computer. Russian design is awesome.
Yep.
Do not speak ill of the Russian of Russian software, or gulag with you.
Right to Siberia.
Hey, there's been freezing fog and minus 3 degrees Celsius conditions in the last couple of days, and I'm not going to liken that to Siberia, but it's been damn cold, so that's fine by me. I think I'd cope with that a
Well,
lot better
it,
than
it
some people.
feels colder between -5 and +5, so.
Yeah, yeah. When you lose the feeling in your fingers, -5 and -20 doesn't really make much of a difference.
Yeah, I've been in -40, and it doesn't feel that cold actually.
I think that's because your nerve endings stop feeling degrees of temperature at that point. It's like it's beyond my sensation of cold.
Or maybe because I was packed in like a fucking seal. My god.
Well, that's the
So
thing.
many
If
layers.
it's that cold, you pack fucking warm because you learn very quickly that any idiot can be uncomfortable. Take some fucking nut smarts and some knowledge to get comfortable, so be comfy. I'll always remember that saying that one of my relatives said. I think it was my dad or my uncle or something. It's like any idiot can be uncomfortable. Don't be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Play it smart. I'm like, yes, sir. That's a motto I can get behind.
Same with we have a poster at work that says avoid work and let some other fucker do it.
Shit gets done in that place, I bet. It's like when I'm at my work, part of the process if a customer wants to buy one of our products is we show them how to look after it. And I show them a few quick tips to get things looking back the way they should be if it's been used a little too much. And they look at this, they go, "That's really smart. I like that." And I says, "Yeah, I don't work hard. I work smart. Be like me, work smart."
Yep. Yep.
It's like you could spend 5 minutes fixing this, or here's a 2 minute job that does just as much. It makes it much quicker and much easier. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. If you want something done fast, make a lazy fucker do it. Because they will all find the fastest way to do the most work. So
Oh yeah.
it's like grocery shopping. Everything could be taken in one turn. no multiple turns to the car.
Yeah. Same with say, hey, I'm like that going up and down the aisles. It's one pass, haul
Yeah.
ass. My wife is finally starting to understand this notion of just being quick and getting in and getting out of Asda's. She's getting fed up with just doing the shopping. She had to do the food shopping this morning because I was working, and she was like, "Oh no, no, hell no, actually never again." It's like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. She was like, "I can't believe it's so busy. I thought it'd be quiet." And I was like, "Well, I think to be fair, everyone thought it was going to be quiet. That's why they turned up that time."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm never doing that again." I was like, "Yep, well, fair enough." Oh man.
You should always know what you're going to get inside the store before you enter it.
Oh, that grinds my gears. My wife does not bother with a shopping list. She's really great. She just knows what we need, and she almost never forgets anything. I don't know how she does it. I'm quietly convinced she's like some amazing genius or something like that. I just don't get how she does that. So I don't know. I don't need a list. I know how many meals we need. I know what we need. I know what's in the fridge. I know what's missing from the fridge and from the cupboards. And I know what's in what we need to get out of the bathroom, like toiletries and stuff like that. It's like, how do you know all that? How do you track all that in your brain? I can barely remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
Yeah. Like then you have to actually have to stop and think, what did I have for breakfast yesterday?
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So the mind boggles me. I mean, I don't have a great memory at the best of times. In fact, I have a hellishly awful memory. But when she's doing that, I'm like, I can't understand it. It's like, I just don't get it. I don't know how anyone can remember all these things. And she almost never forgets anything. Like, I get home, I'm heading home, and she's like, okay, just pick yourself up something to eat from the local store on the way home because I had a late lunch. I'm like, no problem. Do we need anything else? Is there anything you forgot? Nope, got it all. I was like, Jesus. Oh man. Well, we're getting there. Past the 2 gig mark.
Slowly but surely.
Yay. Until then, here's a wallpaper with two tornadoes. Oh my god. Oh, 0.9 megs per second. I'm not really dropping a hell of a lot of frames either. That's probably because there's nothing
Thing,
being rendered.
yeah. But the thing is that the pre-updated launcher or is it?
I mean, what I done is I have, as far as I'm aware, my DCS copy is up to date. And I was told that if you run the DCS updater with the prefix at open beta instead of at stable, it just downloads the necessary files and throws them on. But apparently my open beta, I mean, apparently I've not been using open beta. I thought I had been, but apparently I've not been using the open beta. But I've been updating the stable copy all this time. So my last version for open beta was like 1.3. I was like, oops.
Oh, God, that's like
Mistakes were made. Well, the thing is there's not you can't just look at DCS and go, oh, I'm running the beta. Oh, I'm running the stable. Not without knowing the version numbers. Ain't nobody got time for looking at version numbers. So I've just been playing it. It turns out I've been playing the stable version this whole time. I honestly thought my shortcut was set up for open beta, so I've just been clicking on a certain shortcut, and that's how it's been. I'm like, oh well, whatever, cool. So we'll just have to see how things go. I'll just have to live with it, deal with it. So it's a 2 gig update for open beta. I'm like, well, that's fine. That's my own stupid fault. Like I said, I'd honestly thought to myself, like last night I updated my DCS, I was good to go. I'll just need to wait until the Viggen torrent goes live. I'll download that this evening when I get back from work, and then I obviously go on the computer, click on the DCS website, and it's like, nope, no Viggen torrent for you. That's not available right now. You'll just have to get it through the module manager. I was like, oh god. You mean I can't get the torrent myself? I have to get it from your module manager so that they can torrent. They can provide the torrent. Oh, awesome! Great. That's totally efficient. I mean, I could be downloading the torrent right now, but nope. I'm thinking far too Western for that.
Yeah.
It's like, what, you want to save time, but you have nothing but time in this country. Stop thinking, it doesn't suit you.
Yeah.
You ask too many questions, comrade.
Yeah. Just do what you're told.
Sit down, shut up, play the game, and pay money. I still haven't bought the Nevada map. I object out of sheer principle.
No, I already have it. It's actually quite nice.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but I'm not buying it until I absolutely have to, because I bought it. I the A10 2 months after it went out of beta, and therefore I don't qualify.
Oh my.
It's like, fuck. It's like, what? It's like, I bought it. I was like, you're going to get the Nevada map later. Oh, awesome, cool. Okay, but only people who get it are the people who got it, who bought it during A10 being in beta cycle. Like, so I look at the date. I was like, anyone who bought, I can't remember. If you bought the A10 before April, you get the before April 20 whatever year it was, 2013 or 2012 or whatever. If you bought the A10 before April 2012, whatever year, you get the Nevada map for free. You just click on the link and go for it. Bought it in June. Years.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was a year too late for that, so.
It's too late. It's like, I mean, being a year too late, you're like, okay, fair enough. But buying 2 months too late it just grinds my gears. I'm like, no way. Like, what do you do with that?
I wanted a map just because of the desert environment, so we can have actually insurgent action.
Yes. I don't mind that's the thing though. I don't mind the Caucasus map. Like, everyone's like, "Aren't you bored with the Caucasus map?" It's like, dude, I play more BMS than DCS. I don't have I haven't memorized every crevice of the Caucasus map yet. That's fine. I mean, it's an environment for me to fly and fight in. It's like saying, dude, aren't you tired of playing the same map over and over again in Call of Duty? I'm like, well, I don't play Call of Duty, but even if I was, I'm not designing the maps. I can't comment on them.
Well, the map is fine. It's such a large map, you can always find new areas you haven't been
Well, that's
to.
the thing. Everyone's like, oh, it's a huge map for the Caucasus, and the same with Nevada. It's a huge map. It's like, dude, BMS has the entirety of Korea and a small corner of Japan. It's like, no, this is not a big map. Like, I can fly in BMS and fly from uh, from like the very corner of Russia, like Namchatka Air Base, all the way to Fukuoka in Japan. It's like and that is like north to south. East to west is right across the Korean peninsula, from the very edge of China across to, once again, that same island with Kadena in it. So I'm like, dude, like this is not a large map that DCS is giving you. But I'm not going to complain about it because it looks nice. It's a beautiful map, and it's more than I could do. I learned a long time ago, if you can't do a better job, shut up, sit down, shut up, and enjoy what you've got.
Yeah.
We're finally unpacking the game. Woo!
Woo!
Now to download the Viggen module. Install party. What modules do you actually have for DCS then, Phoenix?
Most of them.
Oh, good. I just need to find a multiplayer server that's got room for 2 then. You can come in and join us. You can fly next to the Viggen.
Yeah, but I don't have the open beta for this.
Oh, that's not usually a problem. If a lot of the servers currently run the open beta in the background, and stable people can connect it, no problem. The client doesn't discern between open beta and server. The server end doesn't tell you, oh, you're unstable, you can't join a beta. If you're on a beta, you can join stable clients. If you're on a stable, you can join beta clients. But it can be a bit screwy at times if you're on the stable server. If you're on a beta client and you're trying to join a stable server, for example, because, well, bugs can happen. So a lot of the times the servers will actually run them constantly in beta, and people who connect to it on the stable mod don't notice it. So a lot of the major ones like Buddy Spike and all that sort of stuff, apparently from Friday onwards, have been running the beta, and most people can't tell. I mean, it's literally just a version number difference. The only reason that the Viggen's in beta is because it's a brand new module, and they want to put it on beta for a week before to make sure that it doesn't break the rest of the game, which is completely understandable and totally prudent. I totally get that. What I thought was hilarious was the amount of butthurt that was happening in the Leatherneck DCS forums when people were complaining that they were told they'd get it on the 27th and they can't because it's open beta. I'm like, dude, just download the open beta. Oh, I don't have the space for that. Make space or shut the fuck up. It's like,
Exactly.
you're go- and then they said, oh, it'll probably go live when it comes out when it goes into stable next week. So you have two choices. It's pre-release. You can have the pre-release copy now and go beta, or you can wait until it's official and have it then. Your problem is what? And then there's a lot of backpedaling. Oh no, I never said it was a problem. It's just really disappointing. I'm like, dude, what are you angry at? You're getting they didn't they all they had what they could have done is they could have said, well, Eagle Dynamics doesn't want to put it onto our stable release just yet, so what we're going to do is we're just going to push the whole release back 1 week. How does that sound? No, at least they tried to put something out on time. When was the last time a DCS module came out on the day it was announced?
I can't remember.
I tell you, right now, it's never happened. Like, Leatherneck said it's coming out on the 27th. They made a way. They found a way to make it happen. Have you ever, like, most of the time, there's at least one delay on every single module I've ever downloaded. Oh, it's not going to be this week. It's going to be next week. Oh, it's a month late because of issues. Oh, we've not been able to make our intended release date because it's been pushed back. At no point in time has the Viggen been pushed back that I'm aware of. Like, none. Like they've said they've said, oh, it's going to be it's going to be Q1 2017. Okay, cool. It's going to be January. Cool. It's going to be late January. Cool. It's going to be the 27th. Comes out on the 27th. Like, seriously, Leatherneck, you did awesome, and now Belson and Eagle Dynamics and Veo and all these other guys now understand this is how you do it from now on. It's like, you don't say we're going to have this awesome product and it's going to come out next week. Oh, by the way, by next week we actually meant 2 years next week. Like the thing is, a lot of people got really angry when they said, oh, like Leatherneck puts an announcement saying, oh, the Tomcat's not going to come out until next year now, guys. But at the same time, they said that as soon as as soon as they realised what was going on, they put out a wee update saying we're not going to do that, and instead they announced it right on time. I'm like, wow, that's just total BS. There we go. Here comes DCS now. And I've got another fellow Russian, I think. I can't read a word of what he's saying in the chat logs, so I'm sorry, Mr. Russian person. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name. I cannot read Cyrillic. Terribly sorry.
Yeah. Let's keep it to Latin letters.
I think the most he's going to get out of me is Privyet, and when he disappears, I'll say Dos Vidania. That's all he's getting. That's all I've got in me. And believe me, that's more than most people in Scotland. Alright, let's get the module manager on the go. Now, I may have to divert the live stream very briefly when I do play with my module manager, because it may want me to put in my module key, which nobody else is getting. No!
I use Google Translator on what he typed. It says, hey man, where are you from?
Thank you, Phoenix, for helping me with the translation. I am from Dundee in Scotland, and as a result of that, I'm not make out a single word of anything other than plain, and I barely have an understanding of that language. So, don't worry about it. Alright, so we're currently torrenting the AGS37 files because Module Manager decided not to give me the torrent file in advance. Fortunately, it's only a 270 meg file, so it's not the worst in the world, at least. Oh my god. 19 peers. Ah, there's a few people downloading at least. Expect the frame rate to expect the game to get pretty choppy in short order as a result for the live stream, while I currently do more torrenting, legal torrenting for once. And we've got someone else in the channel. Oh, it's Domestic. Hi there. Domestic, if you're trying to talk, I can't hear you. Your microphone is not working.
Yeah, basically.
Your shit is broken. It does not work. Of course, this may well be the intent. He's going to lurk in the channel and listen to me talk. I don't understand why people like to listen to me talk. Go figure, huh? Well, at least this one's moving at decent progress.
No, faster than the other one.
Well, it's about 10% of the size. We're going from a 2.3 gig file to a 270 meg file. It's literally an order of magnitude shorter. So we're getting there. Fortunately, this isn't going to take too much longer. Hint, pressing cancel will switch to HTTP download. Nope, not doing that. Not in the slightest. Because I very much doubt there is an HTTP download for Viggen yet.
Well, there probably is, but those HTTP downloads are generally like
Bad and awful.
something kilobytes a second.
And at the moment, if that's the case, it's probably from Leatherneck's server, which would be running home and screaming to mommy right now.
Yeah.
It's like, no, stop!
Uncle, uncle.
How's that? Is that working?
It's working now, yes. I can hear you now. Welcome to the channel, Domestic. You're live on the internet, so make sure you do say fucker bugger a few times. Yeah, as you can probably see from the live stream, I'm currently live streaming at the moment, Domestic, but as you probably see from my channel, I'm still downloading the files because Eagle Dynamics wants to blow goats when it comes to providing content. I just don't understand this. Like I was saying earlier, I have to download the latest version of the open beta, which is cool. I'm cool with that. That's fine. But instead of providing the torrent file separately, like they usually do with every other module, I've had to download the Viggen through the module managing torrent software. And what it is it's just, and what the DCS updating tool is basically a BitTorrent manager for a very specific torrent.
Whoa, you're cutting out heavily now.
It's probably because my download speed is getting murdered. Is that any better? Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're back again.
Sorry, my torrent and the DCS torrent software is Russian efficiency and varies strongly between 200 kilobytes and 0.9 megs. So little moments like that will happen where my internet service provider goes, "What the hell are you playing at? Oh, this is a legit torrent. Never mind."
Yeah. Is that now working?
It is now. Yes, again.
Yes.
Right. What I thought. I fixed it. Hooray!
Your shit is not. Your shit is still not broken. And it now works. Well done.
Yep. How's it going? Is it taking a while to get in?
Well, I'm currently hosting a live stream at the moment, which probably isn't best for my bandwidth, but it lets me interact with everyone while I have my install party.
You're actually hosting a series of stills. I'm watching it.
Yes, you are.
I would believe that very much because I'm currently downloading a torrent and live streaming, or trying to. I know that the service quality will not be up to scratch. I fully expect that. It will get much better once I stop torrenting files from the internet so that I can play my DCS game.
Yeah. Why did you go for the Viggen and not the Mirage?
Because I prefer ground attack. Is the simplest
Yeah,
answer.
fair
The more complicated answer is I don't actually like. I mean, I would probably like the Mirage, but at the time the Mirage came out, I made a promise to myself not to buy any more modules until the F-14 came out. I then
Yeah.
broke that promise when Leatherneck announced the Viggen because I figured two things. First of all, this is an awesome aircraft, and the module looks great from all the things from all the footage I've seen of it. I couldn't see myself flying the Mirage as an interceptor or a combat fighter as such because I prefer ground attack. It can do ground attack, but it's not obviously its major function, right? Second of all, at least if I figured if I bought this module, the money's going to Leatherneck, and that will then in turn go towards the F-14. So it's not totally cheating in terms of my principle.
Yeah, I think that's probably my reasoning. Except by the time I've achieved that, I've run out of money, so never mind.
Well, the other reason I persuaded it is I thought to myself, well, it's 20% off if I pre-order it. I'm going to want it. I'm going to fly it. It's fine. And then more and more people, once I saw a few advanced copies go out to like Bunyap Sims and Ralphie and a few of the other guys, and I saw them using it, I was like, wow, this actually looks really nice. So that's the BitTorrenting stopped, so hopefully in a few short orders I'm going to have this. Bear with me a few moments, guys, while I do my activation. I'm going to have to consult my mod packs and stuff like my DCS account and get my the CD keys. So you're not going to see very terribly much on the channel for a few moments. There we go. And live stream is live. Again. Alright guys, so now we've actually got a game running. Let's get into Sierra Hotel. Right, how's the stream coming through now, guys? Hello?
Well, it's buffering.
Okay, so you're still getting a loading screen. That's okay. All you should have is the DCS loading screen.
Yes, I have the loading for the server.
Okay, now you should have the Viggen logo with Thunder and Lightning, and it's one of your firewall permissions, which is strange.
But the video is buffering, it says. That stupid YouTube buffering in the middle of everything.
I don't know what else I can do. I mean, I could try and downscale the feed, but not sure I really want to do that unless I have to. Actually,
It's probably for the better.
I'm running off of display capture, which isn't terribly efficient because it's meant to be a triple monitor setup. Let me make some changes to the setup and see if I can make it a little bit nicer for everyone. Game capture. Let's hope the DCS doesn't shit the bed on this one. Okay. Let's see what this does. Yeah, that was going to happen. That's wrong. That's fine though.
I'm going to drop back later. I've just seen there's some people playing Arma 3, so I'll catch you in a minute.
That's no trouble at all.
Charles.
The server, it's all going to be set up on cached, for you to watch later anyway. So don't feel worried about that. That's fine.
Good luck with it, mate.
Oh, I'll try. It's a bit where I log in and find out there's no more there's no more Viggen slots.
Oh no.
Oh, we got Maximus in the channel as well. Hello. Come on. Anytime you want. Okay, why am I hearing music? That's not good. Oh, my game timed out because apparently I spent too long clicking on other things outside the game. The joys of being a live streamer.
Yes.
First world problems. Right, try
But
join.
I've noticed that on the stable builds also in DCS.
Oh really?
Yeah. If it takes longer than a minute or something, alt tabbed, it just freezes.
Well, I'm not alt tabbing this time. I'm just literally waiting on it to run through. And if the game, if it doesn't look very good on the server, then sorry, I got nothing for you. I'll just have to describe it.
So
Okay.
this pixel was a button for the ejecting seat, and
It's like if you look to your left, you'll see nothing, and if you look to your right, you'll see a black screen. Okay, there we go. There are 3 people on the server, and they're all flying the AGS 37. Oh, I knew this was going to be what it was like on the server. Well, I'm going to do the same. I'll be that guy who has had no time on the sim and will still sit in the sim playing. But the only thing I'm really glad about now is that you can now at least modify the controls while in game. You don't have to back out the server, change your controls, and go back in again.
oh yeah, that was so horrible before.
That was brutal.
1.6 I think you could finally modify the controls in game.
I don't know when they added that in, but it doesn't matter because it pissed me. I'm just glad they changed it. It is a Leathernecks. It is a Leathernecks sim, so I'll probably spend a few minutes loading the cockpit in.
Correct.
There we go. And I need to probably change some settings. This is choppy as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We're finally getting some smoothness. Okay, that's acceptable now. That's fine. Okay, so some of the default controls still work at least. The hell's an RB-74? Oh, hold on. Oh, you can carry a ridiculous amount of flares.
Copy.
Okay, let's see how we're looking here. Pretty low frame rate, but that's my end. That's not the game necessarily. I need to turn off things like depth of field and shit because this is just oof.
Rearming complete.
I love how that guy's got his anti-collision lights on. This looks so cool. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna have to start setting up some controls here. Okay, so the great keybind begins. Start with axes because I'm going to want that fixed first. Okay, we're good on that end. Now we're learning why Ghost Dog keeps himself a spare USB stick. I have an old PlayStation 3 style controller that's USB powered, so and that has 2 analog sticks. So I can control my radar and my RB05 stick from there, and myself with my conventional joystick and stuff. It's epic win. I just have to make sure I don't mix them up. Okay. Fast countermeasure dispense. Yes, I will need that. Put it on this one. Okay. Air brake in. Brake out. I can see that guy in the background just reversing his thrusters and stuff like that. That's never going to get old. Oh dear, he's gone. landing gear. Oh, it's just a toggle. I don't have gear up and gear down as two separate buttons. Oh well, that's fine. I'm sure that'll get changed later, so I'll just keep it to that for the now. Oh god. So I heard that explosion there in the channel. I was like, oh well, someone's just gone pop. Ooh, radar elevation will do. I know how to do that. Okay. Reference button. Now that will be, I remember that one for navigation and getting a nav fix, so that'll be handy. Set it to that. I don't want to add too many things at once, I just want to see what ones I'll use a lot of. Ah, trigger, here we go, trigger. Trim, nah, I'll need the trim hat set up. Hardcore, I see your chat in the channel there. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty snazzy with this as well. Okay, let's see. Don't know what T0 and T1 fix are, I guess I'll find out later. Probably when I need them. Range increase and decrease, let's set that. Oh no, what's the thrust reverser again? What do they call that? More? No, I don't want that. Nope, that's someone else going for another jolly. Ha! Yeah, we'll just leave that for now. Okay, let's see how this looks. So imagine first of all I'm going to need some power. Very good. Right, I'll have some silence now after this. Okay, that's locked. Fast release button. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, so we have that. Need ignition system. No, we're not going to hit the ignition switch yet until I know what else it does. Oh, low pressure fuel valve. Yes, we will need that. Oh, matter start. I guess that's auto start or restart. Okay, that's fine. Don't want to jettison the canopy. That would be dumb. Oh, I should load my data cartridge. That's pretty fucking cool. Gear handle. Don't want to touch that. Panel lights. Yes, let's turn on the panel lights so I can actually read this text. I've got floodlights as well apparently. Oh, right on. Don't play with that yet. Well, that was remarkably easy. Fuel coming on. And that, friends, is how a complete retard starts a Viggen. Alright, what we got next? That's the altitude, all that good stuff over there. Oh, that's right, I need to do stuff with this thing now. Better get some oxygen in my system so I can breathe. Know what this is all about. Nope, don't want to mess with that. Okay. Pred attack. I'm loving the Viggen. This is the first chance of me flying it, so I have not taken it off yet. I'm still trying to figure everything out. So do bear with me on that front. Panel key 0. No, we're not touching that. Oh god, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, Predator Attack, I also do flight sims mostly. The tanker hat is just because I have my track IR stitched to it, so flight helmets are a little tricky to bind that stuff to. Right, that's weapons. Okay, so we're not touching that. I can adjust the ventilation of my suit. Nope, not touching that. IFF, well, it's DCS, they don't model that. Windscreen de-ice, well, it's not that hot. Don't need to play with my magnetic declination. RWR is on. Not playing with that. Okay, so where the hell am I so I can get my initial position set up on the INS? Right, I'm just going to grab a piece of scratch paper. Okay. Cross the door. Okay. TLS 2. Oh, mouse, you're grinding my gears. David N. I got it from eBay from a man in the Ukraine. This is a genuine Soviet era tanker's hat dated 1984, I believe. I can't tell off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay. Channel 2. Okay, so that's TILS working, I hope. So what we're seeing here is current initial position, or believed initial position. Wow, that blinks really rapidly. $38, 56, 40. 56. Well, have a HUD at least. Oh, got RWR contact. Very good. Not so sure how much power is too much, you see. Alright, well, here we go. Oh god, that RWR is annoying. Now, I should preface this by saying I have only looked at a single view of all of the Munyap Sims video, so let's just see how much I took in. And I have not read the manual at all either. This should be fun. Okay, we're going to turn off the RWR because that's pissing me off. I do hope the stream's coming in through at least slightly okay. I'm not really sure there's much more I can do with it, to be honest. Whew, this thing loves to turn, doesn't it? I really hope the stream's coming through okay, guys. There's not much more I can do to make it look any better at the moment. If it's buffering for everyone, you're just going to have to either lower the video quality yourself or wait for it to go in, as an archive. Ooh. Whoa! Okay, that was random. That was nuts. Okay, time to check out this thrust reverser. Oh no, oh no, no. So there is such a thing as too much aft thrust. That's enough. That's a fun little glitch. And this is all because DCS cannot adequately do mud. Well, I don't like paint anyway, gets in the way. Okay, finally up and running again. So that briefly embarrassing spell. Okay, first flight, here we go. And because I don't quite trust how to make the INS work, I am really just going to be doing a very initial loop around the area. Ooh. Oh, my game just crashed. That's a bit of a cock tease, isn't it? Apparently I was idle too long on the ground, probably. Okay, let's give that another shot. How's the stream coming through? Let's have a peek. Okay, let's give that another shot. From Krasno. Yeah, hopefully I should be a bit smoother and faster on the takeoff. What I'll probably do as well is I probably won't carry as much ordnance, because I don't plan on using a lot of it. Okay. because reasons.
Request rearming. Copy.
I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but the Swedes can put all the bombs on during game, during the startup, which is fine.
Rearming complete.
That's pretty fucking cool. Right, so we've got alignment. Okay. Do a little bit more pre-rendering here. Okay. Okay, we're looking better now. We're looking better. Let's give this another shot. That's a very sensitive rudder. Small inputs indeed. Oh god. That does look pretty awesome, likes. Very nervous trying the engine up yet because I've still not quite got a feel for what the taxiing looks like. I'm going to clip a little bit of that mud, which means I'm probably going to get hauled around the corner. Not bad, not bad. Well, the INS is aligned at least. I can tell because those blinking numbers there are the first latitude and longitude, 4.85 and then 3.85. The other numbers at the back represent how accurate the nav alignment is. I believe one is okay, suitable. This thing has a very tight turning circle, although I don't necessarily recommend you use it. Because it's a delta wing, I don't think I've got flaps to deal with as such either. I just have to line up and go. First stage, second stage. Ooh. wobble, wobble, wobble. This is not going to end well. Yep, big surprise there. I broke stuff. That's a very sensitive plane. Horrifically sensitive plane. Wonder if I can take off from a different airport and get myself something a little bit easier to take off from. Let's try Krimsk. I need to learn how to get this better. She's a very, very light aircraft to not to run off of. Let's see. Let's try this again. Yeah, that's it's very prone to PIO Vigmo. So I'm just going to bring myself some extra fuel. I'm going to keep the plane nice and light, a little bit less. It's very prone to kicking me off that server. I don't know if it's the server or if it's them. Let's just join this server instead, see if it's any better on this end. Now I could just stay in single player and learn that way, and I probably will go through all the tutorials, but I'm not going to do that on multiplayer. Part of the fun of this was me to learn the hard way in front of other people. Sorry about the noise, guys. I'm just catching up on the live stream and seeing how it looks. I imagine pretty awful. Alright, I give up trying to keep my phone charged. Wow, that buffering is intense. It looked to me like I'm about 5-10 minutes behind, which is not fun. No, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, it doesn't look all too bad in 480.
It's okay in 480 at least, well, that's good to know. Trying a different server, and to be perfectly fair, this one does seem to be running a little smoother, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Well, I mean, if you just downscale the streaming to 480.
I'll see what I can do with OBS. Let's have a peek see. Let's get the settings changed. Scale out. Oh, I can't change the output because I'm in the middle of streaming. Wait. I'm not going to mess around with it. I'm not going to reduce the quality because when it does get when people are done buffering it, it'll look much better after that.
Request rearming. Copy.
Yeah, and you still upload it to YouTube afterwards.
Oh, it does get automatically done. That's another reason why I like doing it on YouTube instead of Twitch, because it automatically exports it to, well, Twitch. It's just done. Oh, except the game keeps giving me timeouts. Probably because it's complaining about my ping.
It probably doesn't like you streaming.
Well, in that case then I'll just run the single player. I didn't want to do that, to be perfectly fair. I wanted to live stream it with other people, but no such luck. I am going to turn the music down though so I can hear myself think. I mean, it's awesome music, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But-
I know. I think also the music is awesome,
But it needs to be a bit more subtle.
one of the first thing I do when I update the game or reinstall the game is turn the music down to at least 20%.
Oh, it's down to 8 right now, and it's still awesome, but it's still a little loud for my brain. I remember the first time I heard the A10 start, you know, with a big cymbal crash at the start. Like I started up DCS with that thing playing at the start, and it was 100% because it was the stock settings. I was just about deafened myself. That was brain-inducingly painful. Alright, let's do Cold on the Ground start in single player, and it should hopefully be a little bit nicer to my bandwidth. But I will start with a few weapons and see if I can give myself a little mission. Go strike some random stuff. I can have the bare metal as well. Nah, Splinter Camel for the win. Let's see. Well, I noticed like every loadout has a fuel tank, so I'm guessing that's pretty much mandatory. We'll do some. Let's do. I'm told that Mavericks are relatively easy to employ in this, so I think I'll do it that.
Yeah, it's just point and shoot, more or less.
Yeah.
Just like the A-ton.
Ooh, you can set little presets for the RB04s as well, which is a bit nice actually. There we go. So hopefully this will look a little bit nicer now. Go away. I'm currently looking at this live stream on my phone, and it's like it's at the moment where I'm just about to join the runway for the first time. It's such a cock tease because the game crashes. It's so annoying. I don't actually get airborne on multiplayer. It's just not happened. Pisses me off. So I'm hoping it'll be a bit smoother and a bit nicer on the single player, and I'll be able to actually get airborne and try and put this thing around the park, so to speak.
But it's still that YouTube buffering. So
Yeah.
nothing to it. It's like a slideshow.
It doesn't get any better.
Request rearming. Copy.
My only happy news is that I won't have to deal with the server booting me off the channel halfway through takeoff process. And instead, I'll just have to deal with, if the game crashes or whatever, then that's going to be 100% on me now. which is marginally annoying, but at least it's honest. Okay, there we go.
Rearming complete.
Okay, so we got a cold dead plane. I mean, the startup procedure is criminally easy. It's very nice. I'm pretty sure with a bit of practice I'll be able to get this startup in no time at all. Basically, you have a low pressure engine mode, which basically just gets the plane turning over. And then after that, you then fling in the high pressure mode with a button on the side of the throttle, which I could probably bind, but I'm only going to use it during takeoff. And that's it, done. Engine started up. Then you flick on the switch for the generator, and you are good.
Does it require ground power to start?
And we have to adjust the sound because it's way too loud. Stand by. Sorry, try that again.
Does it require ground power to
No.
start?
I have not got it connected to ground power at all. It makes sense actually, because the Viggen was designed to start up from a highway field.
Yeah.
So it would be very, very bad design if you had to lug along an air starter. Okay. Well, fingers crossed. I've got a load of rockets and fuel, and that's it. Just need time to persuade this thing to start moving now. Very, very slow on the taxiway likes. I'm pretty sure I've got the wheel brakes set when I shouldn't be. Oh, hang on. Get the ejector seat bound, because this time I'm hoping I might need it. Well, I hope not, but I hope I'll have the option of using it at least, because I won't terribly suck at trying to get this thing taxied. I'm noticing it's a bit smoother, but I expected that for single player. In fact, I'd be pretty furious if it wasn't smooth.
Well, it's still streaming the multiplayer session.
Oh my god. Can you let me know when it goes into the single player just so I can get an idea what the lag is?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I saw Figmo mention in the Discord. I've made him decide he wants it.
Yeah, I know. Saw it.
It's like, so at this point in time, I'm just going to contact Leatherneck and demand my commission now. Whoa, what is this huge oscillation at takeoff? That is nuts.
You mean side to side oscillation?
Oh, as soon as I that is the strangest thing ever.
Yeah, it doesn't disable the muscular steering at all. So do not use their rudders.
It's like just center up and be hopeful.
Yes.
That's got to be wrong. I'm doing something wrong because I've never seen anyone have a problem with that takeoff before.
Or just take the sensitivity curve on that and dump it all the way.
Yeah. I'll try that again. I'll try that fly again because every time I take off, I'm just barreling around all over the place. I think you might have a point about adjusting the sensitivity curves though, because that was nuts. Like just the slightest input on a twist rudder and that's it. You're screwed.
Yeah.
I just put heading hold and altitude hold on on the ground.
just catching up to some of your session.
Oh wow. It's a good 5 minutes behind at least.
Yeah, we're just starting the mission, so
I can't believe there's like no configuration of the nose wheel steering wheel. That's just very, very peculiar to me. For
yeah, it goes on the rudder. So you just do the curvature for the rudder. So
alright. Hey Matt Smith, have a good one. Catch you later. And thanks for letting me announce it in your channel.
doesn't seem like the buffering is all that much of an issue now, but the frames are really bad.
Right. It's maybe skipping a few frames because it's it's hitting the buffer limit. Which, to be honest, I wouldn't mind because for the first half of the content, it's mostly me flicking switches and pretending like I know what I'm doing. So at least now I can get to a point where I feel comfortable getting the jet moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just need to get a feel for how she flies.
And then how to employ the weapons.
Oh, dude, that's ages
That's
away.
another 10 hours away.
I haven't even looked at the manual. Like I said earlier, this is literally just me watching Bunyap Sims on his videos, going, "Oh, okay, so this is how you start it up." And I'm basically applying everything I've known about starting up jets in DCS and BMS and going, okay, I'm going to need power, I'm going to need avionics, I'm going to need a generator, and I'm going to need to, you know, use the idle D10 or the equivalent thereof to get it going, right?
Yeah.
So everything I know is from that. Oh, that's what happens when I play. What does this button do? Just try to figure out now why on earth I don't have my HUD. So HUD brightness is up full. Why do I still not have a HUD? This is very strange.
Did you put the HUD wheel to the proper position?
I never had to before, but I have played with it again, up and down, try and see if that does anything, which it doesn't.
Whoa, you just went out for a minute.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like the slightest touch of the rudder, and there you go, boom, gone.
over the road into the town.
Swedish shopping.
Yeah, hopefully it will load the frames properly once you upload it.
I should do.
Because it's quite horrible to look at it.
Oh, I bet. Well, I have no idea why the HUD's not working. I'm just going to go with it for now. He just wants to go. Be power sliding in a Swedish nightmare. Uh oh. Well, I just exploded again. I need to check my keyboard settings because this is just nuts. Oh, it hasn't memorized any of my trim controls. That's... Oh, that's brain cancer. Okay, fair enough. Let's give this another go. Now I know why axes aren't working. None of my buttons on my joystick are working as I intended them to. Oh, it hasn't even memorized the pitch controls. That makes so much more sense. Yeah, I'm not happy about that at all. It's really not. Oh no, it has here. It does
Did
have
you
a...
press OK all the way and not press
No, I know
exit?
I know what happened. I was looking at the general settings. I was being a pleb. It's fine. They're bound appropriately.
Yeah, that's another annoying thing about the options on this game. You have to hit OK all the way until you get back to the menu. If not, it doesn't save shit.
Yeah. I was genuinely having a look through the nose wheel steering options to see if there was like a nose wheel sensitivity option or anything like that. There's just no such thing on this plane. Like, I just can't believe that they just literally just said, okay, put these guys in a Mach 2 capable Viggen and just don't give them a nose wheel steering button. They'll be fine. Just keep your hands off the fucking throttle. Hey, off the stick. That'll be fine. Jesus. Okay, fine. I'm gonna give this one more go now that I feel like I'm getting somewhere with it. I was thought for a second like none of my keybinds were working as intended, but no, it turns out they were. It is literally just PEBCAP, problem exists between keyboard and chair. If this doesn't work, I'm going to call it a night, and then start looking at the manual and see if I can figure out anything else that particularly I'm missing, or anything that's anyone's got any tips for takeoff, so I don't end up ploughing into the side of the the side of the runway every time I take off.
Yeah, just set a strong curvature on the settings, I guess.
See, I've never had to do that before, even with the A10 and things like that. You know, I had a little bit of drift, but I was able to handle it. So it's been. So that makes me instantly think that there's a setup thing here that I'm missing. And I very probably am, given that I'm quite under the acceptance and no under illusions.
Well,
That I.
according to Rocket there's not a setting for it.
God.
It goes under the rudder controls.
Oh, okay. So it only listens to your rudder. That's a brave decision. Let's tune that axis then, because I've just got it set to a linear simple system. Let's flatten the curve out so that only slight input should do stuff. A little bit of movement, lots of movement towards the end. That's a slightly nicer curve, I think. That should hopefully be a little nicer for me at least. Okay.
Well, hey, frames.
I know, right? Who'd have thought single player would be better than multiplayer for frame rate? I know, right?
Well, it was like frames for 3 seconds, then it stopped being frames again.
This is why, and people wonder why I never play DCS, like online or I live stream it. It is just such a ball ache to get it recorded live anyway. If I can record it and then upload it later, it's not quite so bad. Figured out why I was missing the HUD as well, because you have to be in nav mode to read the HUD.
Hey, Gustav.
Hey, how's it going?
So good, you guys fine?
Oh, not too. I'm flying, but well, I'm trying to fly anyway. Live stream is choppy as hell. It's not been the most successful arrangement.
You want me to teach Swedish? You can speak the Swedish. No.
Yeah, I'm trying to fly Swedish Airlines, but the problem is that DCS is being, well, DCS, and it's not playing very nicely with my live stream settings. I'm probably going to turn the settings down on the next occasion, but it's not particularly smooth on my computer as well, so I'm probably going to have to change some graphical settings as well. And it's not the Viggen's fault, it's just DCS in general.
Fair enough. Just go home, so I'm just gonna see if I'm gonna get Viggen going.
Yeah, you run the open beta, and then you start up the module manager, and you put in your CD key, and then it'll give you the torrent to download the Viggen.
And luckily, my upload manager. Sorry, I already opened beta, so no waiting. Yes.
So you just have to launch Viggen basically. And
Yeah.
the only thing that really annoys me is, like I said, I was saying this to Phoenix earlier. Like it used to be, you could download the torrent directly from DCS's website and start up this, get the core data for, say, the Viggen, right?
You can actually do this if you could have done this if you bought from their own website. I got the download file and everything, but I didn't have the time.
I bought it directly from Eagle Dynamics, which means they never gave me the torrent. So
I don't buy from Eagle. If they give me an offer, like the letter next, tell me like, hey guys, buy from a website. I'm gonna buy them from the website because they get more money.
well, I didn't know this at the time. I literally saw the announcement, went onto the website and bought it. It's like click, buy. I was like insta-buyed. I knew I'd want it as soon as I got my hands on it, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then about a week later, I found out Leatherneck were doing like prize draws and like t-shirts and shit like that. I was like, oh well, never mind. Right. Fun fact with the Viggen, the rudder is ridiculously sensitive, so if you want to stand any chance with a hope in hell, make sure you get your axes bound for your rudder pretty well. If you have a rudder, then you're probably alright.
Well, I have a slide on my freaking hotas.
Have fun with that. Ooh.
You managed to take off yet?
I'll tell you in a minute. Nope.
I saw this three. Still touching the rudder too much.
Oh, that's the point. I twitched the rudder and it went freaking apeshit.
Yep.
That isn't even a curve thing. Like I literally, like it just suddenly started veering to the right. I was like, well, I'll correct slightly, and then instant PIO. You know. It's like you get up to a certain speed, and all of a sudden the rudder goes, oh, I want to go over here now. I don't know if this is a glitch or if it's just me being really shit. That's the problem. It doesn't feel
Well,
like
other
at all
people
proportional.
seem to take off, so
Well, I never actually saw anyone take off on the multiplayer. I heard a lot of explosions after heading along the taxiway. So I'm wondering if other people are having a similar problem. But it must be, I mean, people must be able to take off, because otherwise you wouldn't have like Bunyap taking off and doing like, oh, that's how you use it. Excuse me, test flight. So it's
Nice.
more than a little bit frustrating, to be honest.
try and reduce the curvature even more, and
I
then
think I'll
reduce
have to.
sensitivity even more.
It's like, oh, I basically need my rudder completely numb.
Yeah.
See, guys, like us Swedes, our Swedes perfect everything. That's why the rod is so sensitive, that because we have perfection. That is why.
Yes, you're right. It's the perfect death trap.
Yeah.
It's a perfect airplane.
Or more like you didn't bother to calibrate it. Just send it out fast as possible.
It's like, why do you need the rudder? You're going to be flying anyway at like 400 million miles per hour. You don't need rudder for that. But we're going to need to take off. Shut up. Okay, let's nullify this curvature even more. Curvature 80%. That's got to be ridiculous. And I'll increase the saturation. I'll decrease the saturation even more as well, so that this. In fact, no,
Saturation set into 30%.
that seems very flat, especially when I've got the curvature so high. Well, let's give it a shot. If this isn't sensitive enough, then I guess that my problem will be more of a thing when I get down to dogfights, and I ain't fighting anything right now when I just want to take off and land. Right now, I'm fighting myself and my ability to fly it. Let's let the engine start up. Get the generator going. It does sound amazing when it starts up, like it does sound really good. Nav mode in for the HUD, doing what it's told. Push the glass out so I can see the HUD. And wait for the computer to turn up. There we have computer. And gyros
Put in
aligned.
the cassette.
Oh, no I did not. That should get done now. I'm not really interested in flying with the data anyway, because as I already know, it's just literally a case of me getting going and going. It also doesn't seem to care whether data capture is in or not as to whether or not it follows the information, so that's fine. Totally okay with that. I don't know if that's a glitch or a feature or what, but...
Yeah, but maybe that's why you didn't have the HUD properly loading.
No, I figured out what it was. You have to set yourself into nav mode to use the HUD instead of the BER, which I think is like the maintenance mode or the startup mode, you know.
Yeah.
As soon as I turn on nav mode, I'm good.
About that, like 10 minutes ago. Did you properly turn the HUD wheel?
Oh, I had the HUD wheel rotated fully. That's what I'm saying. It was never the brightness. It was pure and simply just that I wasn't in the nav mode. complete stupidity on that front.
Yeah, seems like there's frames again. That's true.
Yes, because there's frames to be found in them there hills.
Well,
Exchange.
mostly frames.
Kind of frames, but sorta, maybe.
Better than it has been. At least now we can see you're actually rolling, not teleporting.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is not even remotely sensitive enough anymore. I can't even turn properly. Like, I need to find the sweet spot there, and I need to find it in a rocket-assisted fashion, because that was ridiculous. Let's turn the curvature down just a little bit and raise the saturation just ever so slightly, because I could not even turn. I need a tugboat to get that kind of turn working. Nope, I need to raise the saturation considerably for that to work. That is ridiculous. I'll just flatten it out with a bit more curve. Because the thing is, if I'm not using all of the rudder, then I'm not getting all of the turning capability out of the nose wheel steering. So when it comes to the left-hand 90-degree turn to join the taxiway, I've got like literally no turning capability.
Yeah, I can see that.
Better.
Ah, there we go.
It's now bearable. I'll need a more permanent solution that doesn't involve me buying rudder pedals.
Well, rudder pedals are awesome.
Oh yes, I know, but that's money.
Well, they are not that expensive really, but
It's more than I can afford at the moment.
yeah.
Perhaps, you know, if I get a good pay from work next month, I could maybe have a look at something seriously like that. But for the moment, I've got an X52, not the Pro, just the old one, and track IR, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, not the Pro Clip either.
No, but that's fine. I don't like the Pro Clip. With the headphones and the hat that I wear, there's not really a place to attach it decently.
Yeah.
And that would just be another power source, another set of batteries to remember to buy and everything else, so this is sensitive enough.
Okay, guys. Sorry, a wheel brake. No, sorry. The RB05 stick pitch, yaw pitch and yaw. Is
Yep.
that the same? Is the same as the radio stick, or
Nope.
there's two different stuff?
Nope, you have literally 3 sticks in the Swedish aircraft. You have your flight control stick, you have the rudder slew, and then you also have a stick for managing the RB05 and the Mavericks. I think it works off of as well.
Oh boy, it's gonna be fun.
Yep, enjoy juggling 3 sticks. I, for my money, have an old PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 sort of pad that's connected up by USB to my computer. So I have 2 analog sticks there, and for the first time ever, I've actually got use for them both.
I got this. I'm gonna use my shift key and stop using the same keys. Okay, no break.
That's another thing you can do. Alright, that's definitely confirmed. I didn't even touch the rudder. I literally didn't even touch the rudder, and I exploded and veered off to the right. There's definitely something wrong with the takeoff characteristics. Like, that is 100% definitely not me there on that final veer.
Try and use the brakes instead, like left and right.
I don't have left and right brakes. I don't have rudder pedals.
Yes, but you can bind them to the keyboard. or use the keyboard on it.
Yeah. But I've got about all the time. I've used about all the time I've got for tonight anyway. So I'm going to catch back up on that another time. But that is... I'm really happy with that, but there's definitely something going on with the flight characteristics. There's a sudden veer right once you get up to a certain speed, and I need to check to see if there's a trim adjustment or something that I need to look at on the manual to see if there's a standard setting. I have a funny feeling that Alwanda, you might see it as well yourself, and if you don't, then it's definitely on my end, and I need to fix that. That's very frustrating. But oh well. I'm going to cut the stream for now, let you guys all catch up on